What's up, my chaotic crew? Bentley Michaels here. Hey, everybody. How you doing this week? Hey, how's summer treating you? Hey, is it hot out there? I'm sure it is. My forearms are suntan and slightly burnt already, actually, because I was out in the sun shooting basketball with my son. And oh boy, daddy needs to put on some suntan lotion or sunscreen. Nah, I don't want a suntan. Hey, thanks so much for checking us out on Google Play, on iTunes, on Stitcher, on wherever it is that you're checking us out, and thanks for subscribing to the Patreon and all that stuff. To our Patreon subscribers who are getting the DM notes, I have not forgot about you. I actually have to go through everything that I scanned and see if I have to rescan stuff because I make such weird random notes and all that sort of stuff that I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. So I'm going through redacting it like I'm CIA. Now, everybody, get ready for this very exciting new adventure.
In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
And welcome back to Chaotic Amateurs. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, the number one D&D 5e play podcast in the entire world, people. I am your DM and host for this show, Bentley Michaels. To my right, I have...
Caleb is Yelmhorn Drill.
Rhett is Durak Dragonsbane.
Milo is Ren.
And last time, the gang, they got to Laurelin. And they met Ness-Lauren's mommy. And, told her what was going down. They saw flashes in the sky, and she was like, "Flashes, you say? What was that? Oh, how interesting. Well, I may have a mission for you then." That was pretty much what happened.
Oh, yeah.
The whole city's made out of a tree, which is pretty cool. Size of a mountain. Big old tree. We now cut to the backside of Laurelin, down on the docks. You are all standing there. Aenowin, Earth, Ness-Lauren's mother, is standing before you.
Everybody write that down. Aenowin and Winin?
Aenowin.
Aenewyn.
Right.
I spelled it.
I could sound that out.
Yep. Aenowin. Standing before you, Ness-Lauren to her side, and a very unique-looking character on the other side of her. And she's saying to you all, "I have an idea of what is going on. And you're going to need 2 objects if my hunch is correct. You will follow my son." And she points to the odd-looking fellow next to her. "He will help you in your quest. He knows these waters well." Behind him, you see a very ornately, what seems to be carved out of one piece of wood, tiny ship. Think the Black Pearl in Pirates of the Caribbean, but small enough for about 4 or 5 people to handle themselves.
That's cute.
Out the sides. You could see places where either oars or guns could go. There's a small little crow's nest in the middle, and a very ornately carved, what do you call it? The round dealy where it turns everything?
Rudder?
The helm.
The helm, thank you.
The steering wheel?
Yeah, the steering wheel that turns the rudder. And very ornately carved rudder handle. And it looks to be the same type of wood that the city is made out of. It's very light and colored with an ashy gray overtone. And she says, "Now, I would like to turn it over to my son, if he has any opening remarks for you. He's very particular about his boat. So he's in charge, and I wish you all good luck." And she and Ness-Lauren and the few guards that she had with her all leave, and you are standing there with this character who looks like an elf, half elf at least. He's dressed very interestingly. A long jacket, kind of, not necessarily, it looks kind of like steampunky elf hybrid with some others worldly things. And from here on out,
Well-traveled, it seems.
from here on out, you can ask him about it, as he has the floor. We bring in our character. What's your name?
Top of the morning to you, lads. Name's Peleus Earnearth, captain of the Pale Lady, as you see there before you, sitting there on the water. I'll be your captain and your leader here on this here travels. If you have any questions, direct them to me. That is my ship. I will repeat this only once. It is my ship. If any of you bootlickers, scallywags, and toe suckers touch anything that I said not to touch, I swear to all that is holy in the realm, I'll throw you off to the dragon turtles. Do you understand me?
I'm already tired.
Why?
Dragon turtles.
Why do you have an accent like that when your mom doesn't?
Why do I have an accent like that? Alright, okay, already. I can see this one's gonna give me lip. I don't like it.
I walked into that one. I should have seen that coming from like a mile away.
My father, he was a traveller. Bit of a scoundrel, if you will. Liked the open sea, kind of took after him. And so, I've got a bit of the world on me, if you will.
How long have you been traveling?
Oh, my whole life, yeah. I don't take much to the elf life. Take more to the, open seas.
And sorry, what was your name again?
Peleus.
Thanks.
Is there anything that we need to do on the boat to kind of help get along the journey?
Oh, good question, yeah. There's lots of stuff you could do on the boat. You could scrub my boots. Oh, I'm just messing with you, little one. You could climb up into the bird's nest up there, maybe scrub some bird poop off. This one looks strong and sturdy, little. You could probably grab an oar or something. And, general boat maintenance. This one over here's been silent. I don't like it. He's eyeing me weird.
I'm just having too much fun listening. Oh, jeez.
All right.
There's lots of stuff you can do.
I'll hang out up top.
So, we glossed over since last time, a whole conversation with your mom. She said we had to get 2 objects.
Oh, yeah.
You know anything about that?
Well, we're going to be going and visiting an old friend and getting some stuff. So,
What kind
Can
of
you be more specific?
what kind of peril are we looking at?
Oh, whatever you might find on the high seas. Treacherous old women who lure you into card games you are bound to lose. That kind of stuff,
Speaking from experience, or
Speaking from experience, I'd say, yeah. Lots of stuff, but don't worry. Here with Captain Peleus, you're in good hands. We're going to have ourselves a good time on this boat. My only rule is, have fun, but also don't touch my stuff in me cabin.
I think I took a cruise that had the same rule.
Oh, yeah, I think I took that same cruise. Lost my trousers.
All right. Yamhorn tightens his belt.
So what are these 2 items that we need to gather?
Well, from what I understand, it's just, it's the next puzzle pieces, from what I gather, from what old Mum told me. Things you're going to need in the quest.
I'm not sure
adventure.
I like your cryptic way of answering our questions.
Seems entirely reasonable to me. I mean, he is an elf, so.
So am I.
I know.
I don't like it.
I'm a half-elf.
Oh.
So are there any more details you can give us about these items? Maybe there's a place nearby that we can even find them. We don't have to go.
Can
and
we
travel.
make
Yeah,
them
is there
ourselves?
these sold in a
DIY?
general store?
Or are
Can
these
we
just
just go back into Laurelin and...
Or are they specific, legendary kind of thing?
I'll just YouTube it real quick.
These pieces are perhaps mystical, something you can't just go pick up in a store.
I'm familiar with the type.
Can you tell us a little about our route?
Oh, yeah, I think I can. We're going to be going through the lonely ocean, most peaceful waters you've ever heard or seen. We're going to be navigating through the wandering abyss as well. Some rough oceans, storms like you've never seen before. Unless you've been in a tavern with a half-orc lady, then you've seen a storm akin to that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah. We'll also have to navigate some other reefs and such, and some of the other treacheries that await us on the open ocean. Things that might, suck you down.
And where's going to be our first landing?
First landing spot?
Yeah. How long is our first journey?
Oh, it'll, take you a bit. We might meet some folk out there. Honestly, don't really have any notes on the length of time. Just going to be navigating.
So we're just sailing off into the ocean.
It's going to take us about 2 days, I believe.
2 hours. 2 hours.
Or 2 hours. 2 days. It's going to be 2 days. I just remembered the notes. I just saw them there at the bottom. It said 2 days. There we go, yeah.
Anybody consider what we're going to do if, Baramis is just like, hey, those guys are now on a boat. Let's go blow them up with a dragon.
He does have a flying dragon.
What do you have in the way of defenses besides, Ren and Friends?
Well,
The DM comes in and says that Baramis is thousands of miles away and has no idea where you guys are. So how would he know what you're doing?
Oh, yeah, and we just made like a big jump, too. So he doesn't know that we teleported.
I'm just saying.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I think we should be fine out here.
Fine.
Okay. Good point, DM.
Wow. How about Duroc coming up with sensible precautions to worry about? Okay. Yeah. So stupid.
Well. Okay. So the Lonely Ocean sounds like it'll be a snap. Okay. I know saying that's not going to be true, but the Wandering Abyss. You said it's pretty rough out there, right?
Oh yeah. It's called the Wandering Abyss. It's pretty self-explanatory.
You got me there.
Yeah.
I mean, he said it's like a drunken half-orc wench in a tavern or something.
Yeah.
Well, the storms are akin to that, yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of a love-hate relationship.
So is like the
for me.
abyss more like the tavern itself, or...
You're trying to dissect the metaphor.
We like to
sorry.
know what we're walking into.
Yikes.
So.
It's going to be a long trip, I can tell.
Well, that's all I need to know.
Is there any supplies we need to gather, or are we good
Like
to go?
Dramamine or...
You guys are
motion
loaded
sick.
up.
I think you guys look pretty well prepared. I've heard a little bit about the Ren and Friends, so I think
You'll
we're
remember
gonna have...
that you were given 2 to 3 days worth of supplies, and it didn't even take you half of a day when you left the trunk with Browernick. And since you've gotten here, you've been taken care of. So you would have whatever supplies Browernick gave you that were 2 to 3 days worth already.
All right.
Excellent. Well, I say we quit wasting time. Looks like the tides are changing. Because you take the boats out on low tide. I know that much.
Well, I'm gonna default or defer to Peleus here. I think he's the man to.
Is it a good time to leave?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's a great time to leave, yeah. There's literally nothing else we could be doing right now. So let's get on my boat.
Your notes don't say anything else.
Looking at his watch, his sundial watch. Peleus, real quick.
Right.
What can we expect from you in terms of help in a battle? Should we need anything?
Oh.
Do we need to be watching out for shooting spells and things like that, or how can we rely on you in our team that we're constructing?
I'll protect you.
Okay, back to Peleus. No offense to
Let's
Rock.
just say I'm a world traveler. I've been a professor.
You've said that. Okay.
And even once I, ferried a gondola.
What
I've
did you
got lots of skills, got lots of talents, lots of things I provide to places.
So we can't count on you? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I said
He ferried a gondola,
I
Yamor.
ferried a
Is
gondola.
that a euphemism that I'm unaware of? Like,
You have to have both technical skills and charisma
okay,
to
now we're getting
entertain a
somewhere.
crew of 2 in a gondola. They're harder than you think.
So
But
Whoa, wait.
I want to know what he taught.
What I'm curious about the gondola. Is this one of those singing gondola tours?
A little bit of singing, yeah.
Give us an example of a song that you would
Well,
sing.
he's a sailor. Clearly, he knows
wait.
sailor songs.
Shanty tunes and
Oh, well, yeah, of course I know shanty tunes and songs.
give us one so we
know?
can all
You would
Yamhorn,
like-
Jesus.
You would like a shanty tune?
please.
Well,
sir.
give you a shanty tune. Oh, who's got 2 walks in a barrel? I do. Who doesn't like wenches? I do. 2 more beers, 2 more ales. I'll go down with the ship tonight.
I love it.
That's good.
Just-
That's good.
yeah.
For the record, Yamhorn, you asked for that. So what you got is what you got.
Okay. And I'm pleased.
Everybody, by the way, at this point has 1 rep point, which is what's it on an actual thing? What's it called?
Inspiration.
An inspiration, Ren. So, and you just earned yours with that song.
That was
Thank
that
you
was
kindly.
Great. I tip you a gold piece.
So if we're ready to go, I'd love to climb up in that little hidey hole and keep an eye out.
Don't ever call it that. Climb on in to my ship. Go ahead, go on up. Make yourselves at home. Like I said, this place is now your home as well. But also, do not simultaneously touch anything.
Oh boy.
You got it. Yeah, no, you guys get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I touch the oars?
As we walk
Yeah.
in, I want to look at Yamhorn and be like, I know his room is a secret, but you don't need to go in there.
Yeah.
It's
Whoa.
really
Yamhorn.
important.
Okay.
Can we just act like we're all shipmates here and respect each other?
Got to work like a team.
It's like
Yamhorn-
closer than a team.
Yamhorn cracks his knuckles and says, "Don't worry, guys. I got this."
And
I don't like when he does that, Ren.
out of character, Peleus is holding a quarterstaff this whole time.
Okay.
And at the top, there's in the wood, you can see kind of almost like melded into it like a gemstone or a jewel. So,
Would you also like to describe what you look like overall?
yes. So I have like a sash kind of over my waist with also like a leather like chest piece as well. And you can see like a bunch of daggers with like, I have an overcoat that looks kind of like a captain's garb and it's a little dusty. I've got like some gold earrings and like slicked back hair, but I definitely look like worn. And just like up above the shirt line, you can see like a tattoo that probably goes everywhere. So
Talk more about that tattoo. Where does it go?
Ooh, that tattoo, it is of a giant half-orc barmaid. Just slamming ales back.
And when he flexes the right way,
yeah. The ale goes up to her mouth.
When he flexes your pec.
Yeah.
So you guys are all boarding the ship?
Sounds good.
Okay, so as you go on, as you're going up the little ramp, sorry, I gotta write down your name. What was it again?
it's called a gangplank.
Peleus.
Peleus.
That's right.
Peleus?
Paelias.
I have to write it phonetically, or else I'll just go.
Yeah, I did
Oh,
too.
yeah, that's fine.
So Peleus is standing at the little bottom of the flank, just kind of all aboard, and he as he gets to the top of the ramp, he just kicks it off into the water because he thinks it's hilarious to do, because he knows someone else is going to have to pick it up. As you get on board the ship, you realize that it's just sort of like honestly, kind of a semi-miniature version of like what a classic pirate ship would look like. You know, it's definitely been scaled down for, you could probably definitely have 8 to 10 people on here, but it's easily manned by, 4 or 5, especially if they know what they're doing. And you kind of also get the distinct feeling that this guy probably sails this thing by himself a lot.
Yamhorn's familiar with boats.
I was just gonna say, Yamhorn is a little nervous getting on this boat. Last time he managed the boat, he was mostly in chains and then in a bucket. So
Yeah.
or in a barrel.
Up front, it's got the front mast with like the little spike sticking off. There's one sail, and at the top, there's a little ladder on the back of the mast going straight up where you can go up into the crow's nest. But there is one sort of nice, big sail. To the sides, there are 2 oars that have been like dragged in, and then there's 2 cannons offset. So like one is in front, then the oar, then the other side, the oar is in front, and the cannon. To the back, you see there is like a small like little lodging cabin area, like in classic pirate fashion. There's always the one in the back with the 2 double doors. Up above that is the rudder twirly dealy. And ornately carved, and Peleus goes right up there and screams at you guys to ship off as he kicks something, and the mast comes down, and the wind kind of starts to barely move you. It's up to you guys.
I kind of have a man crush all of a sudden after he kicked that mast down. That's a pretty sweet move. That's an internal.
He's kicking mast and taking names.
Okay.
So I just look
You're
at
welcome for
Peleus
that
and be like, What? How do we cast off?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, you're gonna have to grab some oars, maybe get us a little push, put some elbow grease into it.
So do I see like a
There's
big
oars.
stick? Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, just like that.
And then
Grab it.
I'll just kind of push
Yep,
it out
there. You go. Yeah, nope, you're getting it. Then why don't you all grab some oars and
I'll
start
grab an
putting
oar.
some elbow grease into it, and
All right.
I grab an oar and I hope somebody grabs the other side.
I
push
do.
off.
I do. Yeah.
And we start rowing.
row faster! Go! Row! What are you doing?
Immediately, Yamhorn's butt clenches and he starts rowing as fast as he can.
Yamhorn, don't go too fast. We need to be in rhythm here.
We're going in circle.
Smash right into the dock.
Sorry about that. My captain instincts take over. Just gotta treat you like adults. Please row faster.
All right.
Okay, so you guys start to row out of the harbor, and we jump cut to you out sailing on the lonely ocean.
So once we start sailing, I want to go up to the top and kind of make a little place in the crow's nest
Okay,
and look out over.
there's
the
a
ocean.
blanket up there.
I've got my little bugbear pillow that I can.
That's fine.
throw
I'm just
away.
telling you, there's a blanket up there.
Okay.
Do we have to keep rowing like once we make it out into the ocean?
I think he kicked the sails and or whatever.
The sail.
So you are out on the lonely ocean now, sailing along smoothly. Peleus is just up there, humming to himself, doing captain stuff. Yamhorn and Duroc are just sort of standing around at this point because it is nice. It's very pristine. It's a beautiful blue ocean. The sky is wonderful. There's a light breeze that somehow seems just to be kind of enough to keep you guys moving, and you assume you're going in the right direction. And Ren is up in his crow's nest with his bugbear, hanging out, and you guys are down here. Now, what would you like to do?
Well, we established I'm not rowing, so
Are we? How do we know we're going the right way? How do you know where to go when we're just in the open sea?
Oh, I've got tricks and tips and trades and all that stuff. I've spent basically my whole life out here on the ocean. I know all the routes, all the channels, all the trades. I've sailed here and there. I've traded there and there. I know everything.
You seem very deflective.
Deflective? Oh, deflective. How'd you like to deflect yourself off this ship?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Well,
I'll say this. I know I'm a bit of a ponce at times, but I do know what I'm doing. I've seen the waters many times before. I've traded. I've been a merchant for all my life. Even a bit of a... now, don't tell anyone, a bit of a pirate. But as long as you keep that between yourselves.
I got nowhere to go, so you got it.
So if we got 2 days, I think Duroc's sensing a good opportunity to go sit in his corner of the boat and maybe pull out Draken's toter and try to attune to it.
Okay.
He warns Yamhorn so he doesn't try to throw him off the edge of the boat on accident or something.
Right. Fair enough.
Okay. So you can pick a spot in the boat wherever you want. And
Yeah,
sit to
I kind of like the
attune.
idea of like sitting on the bow, like
Okay.
up close to it.
All right.
Would anyone like to play a bit of game of dice with me, huh? I'm a bit of a gambler myself. Some say it's a problem, but I may have killed those people. Anyone want to gamble? It's a bit of game of dice. It's fun. You just got to roll higher than me. That's all. Put a little bit of gold on it.
I'll play.
Oh, we've got to take
Yeah.
Oh, good. First rolls.
I guess I haven't attuned yet. Maybe I could roll a couple times.
Yeah, there you go. And get the dwarf in here. Know you like gold.
All right. So we're all just rolling 20s. And let's do 2 rounds. And so you roll twice, like you have advantage or whatever if you're playing. And take your highest, and that's the winner. And that person gets, how much gold are you all putting in?
I wait for
I have a lot of gold,
Peleus.
so
Oh,
you just want to do like 5.
I'm going to put in like 5 gold pieces. Yeah, low stakes, nothing too
All
big.
right.
I wouldn't call that super low, but I'll match.
It's half of all of my money, so.
Okay. Suddenly, Yum feels more confident.
What's one man's low stakes is another's half life savings. So
You want to do just one?
Tomato.
let's
do
just
like half a
five.
gold piece.
It's fine.
I think he's just happy being on the sea. He doesn't need gold.
16 for Duroc.
18.
Looks like I'm out of my money.
You roll twice.
No, 18 on the first one.
Roll 2 at the same time.
13 for the second.
Okay, so 18 and 16 looks like Yamhorn takes the pot.
I'm going to go attune.
All right, so I just got 10 gold. That's easy. Okay, you guys want to play again?
It appears I've given him a habit. Bit of an addiction, I'd say.
All right, so you're out attuning. Ren, you are still up there.
Yeah, there's a couple things I want to do up there.
Please.
So I want to use sending.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to send a message to Yuri.
Okay.
I want to ask him, how is the city? Did Billy find you? And let him know that I am in the Elven territory.
Okay.
And he can reply back with a message of 25 words or less.
Okay.
140 characters.
He seems somewhat confused all of a sudden. He's like,
He knows it's me by the spell.
okay.
Okay.
But still, he's
weird.
Yeah.
all of a sudden he hears your voice in his head, and he says, "Billy found me. You're weird. I'll keep that in mind." That's it.
Good enough.
All right, I'm attuning. Do I have to roll for anything or just...
You go into a trance. Just roll me a 20, since you're out on the ocean and you're probably not used to that.
3.
Okay. Well, apparently the lonely ocean is very smooth. It only takes you 3 minutes to get into your trance.
You're in the zone.
And now roll me a 10. Okay. So you're in the trance for 4 hours, and you come out of it. Yeah. You when you were in the trance, you started seeing the same sort of stuff that you saw in the past, which is...
You got cranky about me rolling 1d20 at a time, so I'm getting out a second one, okay? Got it.
And so you come out of the trance, and as you come out of it, you have seen very similar images that you have seen in the past, which is, your great grandfather fighting Zarvog, and you see what you assume is the Ian Earth ancestor that helped him make the sword. You see flashes of dwarves and dragonsborn and elves and all sorts of different races fighting together against other forces that seem to be like in some sort of like Zarvog type dragon uniform. It's black and it's red and it's got like an emblem of a red dragon on it, and they're fighting these forces. Kind of reminds you almost in a way of the type of uniforms that you've seen maybe like the city guard and those types of people wearing. Not exactly alike, but very sort of similar in a lot of ways. You also catch flashes of a couple other people, but they're just quick flashes, and then you're done. And now it's we'll say like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, and when you come out of the trance, everybody's eaten. They've got some bread out. They've got some cheeses or whatever. There's a few. There's some steins going around and that sort of stuff. Ocean is still smooth. It's very nice.
During this time, I'd like to see if maybe I can gather a little bit of information about what's been going on in Elven territory for the last several years.
Oh,
you would
Peleus,
asking
hey,
me?
Peleus, what's been going on in the Elven territory the last
you would
few
be
years?
kindly reminded that he's a world traveler and likely does not spend hardly any time there.
Well, I'll take whatever he can give me.
Well, elf territory, yeah? Well, I'd probably say they're a bunch of milk drinkers over there. They don't do a whole lot and don't really get out. And I don't know, honestly.
You could ask him how Bravik's doing.
Are you down with us now? You can too.
Yeah, he came up after he was.
I don't know about Bravik. I was just saying if you wanted to.
Oh, that's right. First, I was going to ask, do you know anything about the lights that were flashing before? Because I think it's... I don't know, but I feel like it's an important thing.
Oh, lights. Bright flashes? Yeah, I've seen bright flashes. My witch doctor says it's on account of getting hit in the head too much. I keep seeing bright flashes. But I have seen bright flashes before, yeah. Like in the sky.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Yeah, I'm familiar with
Different
it.
colors.
I've seen it, yeah. I've been to, cities and stuff. Been around almost every city, really.
Any idea of the source or the reason for them?
Source? It's a good question. I'm not really entirely sure. I just know bright flashes, something mystical.
Can I roll like an insight or something just to see if he's being honest that he doesn't really know?
Yeah.
I'm warning you, it looks like it's going to be good. Okay, maybe not as good as I thought. 16.
Okay, then you think he's telling the truth.
All right. Okay, well...
You also think he's a little bit nuts. And that witch doctor thing was kind of like,
Maybe I can't take too much to heart what he says.
You can trust me. And I flash a smile with a little gold tooth, and it like twinkles in the sunlight. The
A little Joe
sunlight.
Pesci kind of a...
Yeah.
So you're a world traveler, and I was wondering if you've heard about Ren and Friends, or if you've heard about Ulagan through your travels.
Well, other than my mom's told me about, what little she briefed me on here with this mission, Ren and Friends, and Ulagan? No, I'm not familiar. Not much of a god guy, I don't know if that's become apparent by my very debaucherous lifestyle. But, not really going to church often.
Yeah, Ulagan wouldn't care about that.
There's a god for that.
He just simply wants you to know about him. When you die, you're going to become a part of his world, his reality, and it's going to be a good time for you. You should definitely think about worshiping Ulagan.
All right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and suggest maybe you go back up to the bird's nest and then maybe not come down for a bit of a time.
That makes sense. I should probably look out.
Yeah, you should probably look out. Sure. Anyone like to throw some ales back?
Oh, ale, you say? Finally, the man's speaking my language.
Let's throw some ales back.
And now we go into a drinking montage. And
I do.
So Ren will go ahead and start playing his drums up there and kind of have a good beat for their party.
Yeah.
Younghorn laughs and claps and wants him to do the tattoo trick again over and over.
and we jump cut to what feels to be the middle of the night. Peleus and Duroc are definitely passed out. Ren, I'm assuming at this point in time you've probably gone to sleep with your bugbear up in the crow's nest. And Yamhorn, we'll say it's 2 to 3-ish in the morning. Anywhere from 2 to 4 in the morning.
Okay.
Let's see here. So you can be asleep or...
I feel like I maybe slept for a little bit, but I'm
4.
kind of awake just being...
It's 4 in the morning. I rolled for it.
Thank you. Just being new to this territory, the water territory that is, and just kind of having flashbacks of the last time I was on a boat, and just kind of watching out over the water and thinking about how this time is so much different, and I'm actually kind of enjoying myself. And I start to think maybe Peleus has a good life that I might want to pursue someday.
Oh, interesting.
Doesn't answer to anyone except for Mom And
It all started when he kicked down the sails.
yeah, I think that he's got a hard on after that. He's thinking about that.
He's like, how cool would I look if I get a kick
Yeah,
down the sails?
What if I was the sail kicker?
Yeah.
I want to be the sail kicker.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It gives a whole new... You can open up a franchise, ale for sale.
Wah, wah.
Oh, Rhett.
Oh, Red.
You're asleep.
Well, we were drinking the ales that were for sailing, so...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, get captured.
Is there anything like copyright infringement in this world?
Doing that like
yeah, trademark.
doubling up on Ale for Sale. Ale for Sale is a franchise location, and if they find out you're doing something, they will definitely come after you.
The gang.
They send the mob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a nice establishment you got here, huh?
Ah, my knees.
Wouldn't it be a shame if this whole boat caught on fire? Anyway.
And Peleus drunkenly goes, "What about sailing for ales?"
Young one's
All right.
Like aliens from around the world.
So it's beautiful out on the Yamhorn. You can stay awake, you can go to sleep. Doesn't matter to me. It's beautiful out on the ocean. It's it's just dark. So many stars. The moon is hitting the eye like a big pizza pie. And
I'm in love.
Yeah, and then
That's how the song goes, right?
Yep. Ooh. So 2 more hours pass, and the sun is just starting to come up over the waters, when all of a sudden, everyone is jarred awake because the ship rocks and kind of like bounces up, and then and Peleus immediately shoots to his feet and informs you in whatever way he wants that you guys are now entering the Wandering Abyss.
All right, boys, look alive. We got rough waters ahead, so grab an oar or grab, I don't know, your trousers, whatever you need to do, because it's about to get bloody messy.
Oh, boy. Oh,
right.
boy. Yamhorn gets nervous now.
I grab an oar.
Okay.
I bark at Yamhorn.
I feel like it's really shaky up there in the crow's nest, so I'm going to come down.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be a bad place to be.
Yeah. Go ahead, son.
I was just going to say that Rhett is trying to get my attention, but I'm kind of caught in the chaos for a second
Okay.
before I
little
I snap to.
flashbacks?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I hurry to an oar.
Okay. So Durrock will say you're on the left side. Yamhorn, you're on the right side. Ren, where would you like to be?
I look at Peleus and be like, where can you use me? I'm not very strong.
Little one, find a trunk down below, crawl in it, and lock yourself in. You will get flung from the boat. I swear to your God. No, it's okay. Get up here. Put one of your little paws on my
Helm.
wheel here, my helm.
Oh, he feels much better. He was very destroyed when you first said that.
No, get on up here. No, everyone helps out. Come on.
All right. So the waters continue to get choppy, and it's getting pretty gnarly. You guys are bouncing pretty good, and up ahead you start to see a wave pool. You just see like the ocean just, and Peleus informs you that Durrock, pull your oar back. Yamhorn, push your oar forward. You gotta go left and straight towards the waves. Both of you, and he's rolling for helm turning. Durrock, Yamhorn, roll for row. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Me as well. Sorry.
Durrock, Yamhorn, roll for row.
Peleus, is this normal?
Do I got to add anything?
You can add strength.
Oh, yeah. You see that whirlpool ahead
23.
that looks like it's sinking down below? We're going straight for it. It's a good day to maybe die.
I like this guy.
And you, as you come up on like your first big wave, you see what seems to be miles away. You do see a huge whirlpool, but it's also, there's rocks in front of it that are just like sticking out of the ocean. And a little bit beyond that, you see in a flash of lightning what sort of seems to be an island, some sort of landmass far off in the distance, but you've got a ways. And then all of a sudden, the wave goes up from underneath, and you're down. Splash. What did you roll?
23.
Is it strength or
Yeah.
is it
Strength.
athletics?
Strength.
4.
Okay.
Did you crit fail?
No.
Okay. Yamhorn. Let's see here.
Are you sure it's not athletics?
Nah, it's gonna do strength. You're battling the ocean.
It's not going to be much higher, right? It's going to be 6.
I'm proficient and I have like a bonus to it. It would be
Nope.
a 10.
Shit.
Strength. That would still not do well for you. But
This
it's
wouldn't be as embarrassing as all.
But, if you were jumping from, oar to oar, I'd give you athletics. But it's strength because you're battling the ocean.
Yeah,
and
fair enough.
it's a 4, so you take... you, get rocked, and the oar comes back and hits you in the gut, and you take 1 gut damage.
Oh, did the few hours that I was asleep, did that?
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
So-
Rolled or gut.
Yeah.
So I can create or destroy water. Would it be possible for me to balance out the water in front of us to ride on if it gets too choppy with that spell? I can create 10 gallons, but I can create up to 30 if I increase my spell slot size. Would that be
you
enough?
are in an ocean.
Yeah.
So, I would say you could probably make a hole or something like that in a way for you guys to go through. But that's also going to be dependent on how they roll and direct the boat.
Yeah, we gotta aim it.
Yeah,
so.
I think you better save that spell.
Well, I can put it right in front of us, and we can sail
but,
through that smooth.
But
spot.
as you know, when you were up on the thing, you see that you've got a ways and a bunch more waves to hit. So you've got a ways to go. But I did intentionally.
I like the idea.
I did intentionally create this specifically because I know you have that spell. And
I was looking for something I could do.
Yeah. And so you're hanging on to the helm a little bit. Peleus is laughing. You guys are going up and down. He rolled well enough, and Durok rolled well enough that you guys made it. Peleus does shout, "Hey, a little bit more left, if you could, please, Yamhorn." And you're catching the wind back from getting hit with the oar. And you're, okay. And so you're going up and down. There is some water. You're going to get hit with a thing of water coming over the side. So everyone, roll me a.
Do we need to furl the sails?
That's up to you.
See
Don't
how the
talk to
main
me.
sail
I'm
sets?
just giving you information.
Did Peleus already do it?
With a kick or something cool.
No, he's driving.
The sails are up. They've been thrown. Yeah, that's all I got for you. That's good. Nope. Jib the mast and whatnot. Tack, aft, or boat. Jargon. You get it.
Absolutely. Finally, you're speaking my language.
Cool. So, you guys are going through this, and I want you all to roll me a general constitution check because a wave's going to hit, and I want to see if you guys can. So, Yumhorn?
Natural 20.
Oh, well, okay.
Wow. Where was that?
Peleus?
18.
Okay.
18?
3, but it was a natural.
Oh. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay.
Does
so
he
you crit
vomit
failed?
on my boots?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so a big old wave smashes on the front of the boat, and it comes forward, and it hits you all. Yamhorn, you're like, not today, and this time you push the oar forward, and you steady yourself, and you use the end of the oar that almost kind of splits the water in front of you, and you're just standing there, you're like, ha-ha, victory for Yamhorn. Durok, you're on the other side, and you rolled a what?
18.
An 18, okay, so similar. You get yours there at the last second, so you don't have quite as easy as of a split, so you get hit a little bit more, but you're able to hold your ground. It comes back to the back, and it hits Peleus, because he's up a little bit higher. It hits him in the lower waist and the feet, and he kind of slips back, but he holds on to the helm and pulls himself back forward because he is used to this sort of thing. However, his pal that was standing next to him in the lower...
Before you say anything about what happens to me,
Yes.
I'm a halfling, so I have lucky. So I can reroll.
I completely forgot about that.
Whoa, wow.
I didn't, because I just listened to the episode where Caleb, not Yamhorn, reminded Ren about that when he crit failed. So
So it's actually a 12.
Okay, so you're going because you're, but because you're small, it is going to hit you right in the center of your bean, and you are going to lose your grip. But you're going to slide back, and you're just going to hit your back up against the back of the boat, and just sort of and water hits your mouth or whatever. And let's see here.
I like that it hits the center of your being. It's very
take
poetic.
Take 2 getting smashed into a boat damage.
I
And then you're able to get back up, and I would imagine you get back up and run back up and grab back onto his belt loop
I
or
wanna
whatever.
brace myself a little bit better.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So now you guys seem to be coming up on that was sort of like the last of the big ones, and while it is still sort of wavy and choppy, it seems to be actually getting a little bit more intense of more of like a rocking thing, but also the water seems to be sucking you in, and you notice those large rocks now that were off in the distance. Now they're huge. They're at least the smallest one you're looking at is probably 10 feet tall, and they are a lot closer together than you thought. And Peleus yells at you guys that, boys, we're going to have to do some serious navigating.
I'm gonna need you to really be on them oars, because we gotta navigate these rocks. They're jagged, sharp.
I respond back and I say,
I think we need a bigger boat.
Will they need a lot of strength
Woof.
to do this? Will they need a lot of strength to do this?
They're gonna need strength, and they're just gonna need good rolls in general.
So
But strength
Do you have
for
anything
sure.
for better rolls?
I can give you guys advantage. So I'm going to cast Enhance Ability level 3. So you guys both have bull strength. So your strength checks have advantage.
Nice.
all right.
I yell back, that would have been nice a little bit ago.
Don't be a wimp, Yumhorn.
I'll just take it away then.
Grab the oars.
All right.
Ren, I want you to roll me a. Are you running around the boat?
I can do that with my voice and
Okay, so you don't have to
from
touch
the
him.
top, yeah.
Okay.
Which way, Captain?
We're gonna go a little left, and then we're gonna go a little right, and then we're gonna go forward more, and then past that, I can't really tell, but maybe a left? You know what? Honestly, I kind of like improv this most of my sailing, so we're gonna figure it out as we go. I think we can do this, though.
You guys are definitely coming up on that first big old rock, and I'm going to need you guys to roll similarly to last time. Roll me a 20. Yeah, it's a strength.
$19.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
Huh. Yumhorn beat Duroc
You have
on
advantage.
a strength check. Uh-oh.
All right, not the best sailor.
Yumhorn.
19.
3.
18.
4.
Okay. You.
2.
Oh, that's okay. So this time, your guys are going, and we talked about this, and we didn't think it would happen.
Yeah, I know. Dash and I went to see a comedian last night, and we were talking about a lot of this stuff in the car ride down there, and I was like, oh, this should be totally fine for you. Like certain things for him, and woof, indeed. Okay, so Yamhorn, you had a 19?
Yeah.
Okay, so Yumhorn has a 19, and he just pulls that oar back, and you had a 18, and you push yours forward, and Ren's like, go team, and go Ren and Friends, and a little bit extra water kind of comes up and slips, and the helm starts to go to the right instead of to the left. Roll me a d20 and to see if you can grab back onto that thing.
Can I assist?
Yeah,
Jump in?
you can assist.
Do I have advantage on that roll, too?
For that
Yep.
kind of damage?
Oh, nice. 16.
All right, so you grab it, and at the last second are able to sort of like wrench it enough that you guys go left, but you
Wasn't a little left.
but you definitely take a little bit of your boat's AC takes a little bit of damage, and you lose just a little bit of a chunk off the front sort of top, and you have some decorative things up there. You guys don't know this, but he's already lost like the main front mermaid off of something, but he had like 2 smaller ones on the side. He just lost the one on the right.
Like before we even hit the seas.
Before you even hit the side, the big
I wish I
middle
would have
one was
noticed that.
Well, you guys
Might
weren't
have
in the
chosen
front.
differently.
He's such a good sailor, though. I mean,
You always all kind of feel bad for him because you know this is carved from one piece of wood. You're like, it's like, oh, this, it's going to be hard to replace.
It's okay. It'll buff out. It'll buff out. It'll buff right out.
Okay, so you guys are immediately going to need to turn right and go the other way. You see another rock coming up, very soon.
Eight.
20.
Natural?
Yeah,
20
critted.
natural.
16.
Yeah.
13.
Cool. So, even though Yamhorn, he's feeling pretty good, he couldn't quite get the ore back in time. It kind of, and then you got a what?
16.
16. You struggle a little bit, but turn it. And then he's like, "Don't worry, lads, I got it." And he and just to show off to Yamhorn, because like Yamhorn kind of like and look back at him like he was about to say sorry, and he with his right foot pushes the helm on the bottom, and it spins around up into his hand with the other one, and then he turns it the rest of the way, and you guys zip around this one just fine.
Yamhorn's jaw drops.
So now,
excellent piloting.
so now imagine.
Thank you.
Oh, and you guys are now going into what would sort of be, you would imagine, is the speed bump zone of the water. And that's where we leave it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. So, thank you all very much for listening and going on this adventure with us on this week's episode of Chaotic Amateurs. I've been your host and DM, Bentley Michaels. To my right, we have...
Caleb is Yamhorn Darrell.
Dash as Peleus Earth.
Rhett is Durak Dragonsbane.
Milo is Ren.
Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.